Hello, today I'm going to talk about Dune Imperium, The Rise of Ix, from Direwolf, Legendary Pictures, and designed by Paul Dennen. This is the expansion to Dune Imperium. And Dune Imperium is basically a worker placement game set in the Dune universe. It does have some deck building and card driven elements as well. In base Dune Imperium, you get a hand of 5 cards. Then you play a card, and on the card there are symbols. You send one of your workers to a matching location for one of those symbols. Take the action. The action could be gather spice, water, recruit troops, send troops into the combat zone. Play continues around, and once everybody's sent their workers around, they can do a reveal action. With a reveal action, you just lay out your hand of cards, and you use the points for influence to buy other cards, or it might have a symbol to add more strength to the combat. After everybody has essentially passed or done a reveal action, then you do the combat. And with the combat, you tally up how many troops you have, any other bonuses you've added, or intrigue cards to increase combat, and the winner claims the rewards of the revealed combat card. Rise of Ix really changes the game up, actually. It made it quite a different game for us. So the differences are, one, there's a lot more cards that are added to the game. Another, it adds a Dreadnought, which is another more powerful combat unit that sticks around. Usually when you lose combat, or even if you win, all of the troops involved in the combat are gone. They're wiped out. Your Dreadnought does not get wiped out. It goes back to the garrison. And in fact, if you win the combat and you have your Dreadnought involved, you blockade another player's location. So there are a few locations that are contested in combat, and some of the rewards are you take control of that location, you put your flag on it, you can collect rewards if other players use it. If you use your Dreadnought and you win a combat, you can actually plop it right down there so they don't get those rewards from people using that space. It also adds new leaders, which is kind of cool, adding a bit more variation from some new houses with different abilities. That's also a nice plus. Big things, though, are that it adds 2 board overlays. One kind of replaces the regular chome of selling spice, and it has a shipping track. So with the new cards, there's a shipping symbol. You play one of those and you can move your marker up on the shipping track, or you can cash it in. And cashing it in gives you money and troops as some of the rewards that you get. Another thing is the other board overlay is with technology tiles. So you can use your spice to buy technology tiles, as Ix and the Ixians were famous in Dune for having a lot of tech, and I think they were involved in the Petrulian Jihad, but now I'm digressing off the main point. And with those tiles, they can be ongoing effects that you just keep. They can be use, flip, and then you have to refresh it later. They can be pretty good. Some of them are fairly mediocre. I had actually a pretty good one when we played it once, where if I got a VP at the end of the game for every faction that I had not progressed more than 1 space on the alliance track with. And that actually helped me steal the game in the end. So, things that I like with this expansion is that it does change the combat up quite a bit. It adds the Dreadnought and lets you blockade things as well. It's neat. The tech tiles add a lot of things to the game as well. That makes it a lot more asymmetrical, and the new cards are, of course, quite good too. Some of the drawbacks with this are that this is very different from base Dune Imperium. We found it was harder to get money because you need the shipping track to get that. You don't sell spice. In base Dune, you would go to a place and you could sell your spice and you get Solari. That space is covered by the shipping track. And because of that, we found it a bit harder to actually get your Swordmaster out, which was your 3rd worker. So we were a bit crippled with that. There's probably a way to do that, but with the games we'd played, we found that was a bit stagnant in getting that out and getting the money. You're waiting for the new cards to come out, which let you advance or call in your ships and profit from shipping to get that out there. Also getting your dreadnought out, you can get two. You're putting a lot of resources into trying to get that out as quickly as you possibly can. It changes the economy of the game from the base game quite a bit, especially as well with those tech tiles too. We're trying to get some of those out as well. It changes the focus of the game quite a bit. That being said, it's still quite a good expansion. So if you are kind of tired-ish of base Dune Imperium, this mixes it up. It adds quite a lot. It adds new factions, which is always fun to play with. A couple of drawbacks I had with it were, one, it adds a lot of cards. So you get a deck. The deck is like this. It's just stacked up. It can be a bit hard to get through. So you're kind of waiting for things that you need and not sure if they will actually show up and let you advance on the shipping track or getting enough to do things with it. Again, the Swordmaster issue was one that I don't know if others have encountered as well with it. First world problem. With my copy of Dune Imperium, I have the deluxe upgrade kit. This doesn't have pieces for that, so when you're doing combats, you have neat little plastic minis, but then again, just a little kind of tiny wooden dreadnought. I'm not sure if they have another planned upgrade to the upgrade kit coming out or not, but aesthetically, that's it. That's, again, a first world problem. It's minor nitpicking. And based off of my very minor nitpicking, you can probably tell that I enjoy this game. I like it quite a lot. I don't know what I like more, base Dune Imperium or the Rise of Ix. They're a bit of completely different beasts, but it is good. So, if you have Dune Imperium, you want to mix it up, this is a must-have. If you're a fan of Dune, go for this too, of course, must-have. Good expansion. And that is all for now, folks. Thanks for watching, and thanks for listening to my ramblings as well. All right, so take care. Have a good day, or evening, or morning, whichever. Bye.